Yeah. Okay. Is that what you doing, walking? Oh, okay.
No, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
All right, we will call the Troy City Council meeting for April the 23rd to order. If you'll all please rise with us for a brief invocation and then our pledge of allegiance. Dear Lord, once again we come before you with humble and grateful hearts for the opportunity to represent our constituents in the great city of Troy. I know there'll be a lot of talk about this later in the meeting, but dear Lord, thank you for our mayor and our colleagues. Thank you for our fire, police, utilities, and all of our first responders and their efforts over the last week or so with the storms that we've experienced. Please lead us and guide us in everything you say and do, everything we say and do, and make it be pleasing unto your sight. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. All right. We have been called to order, and if the clerk will please note that all of our members are present. The executive committee did meet at 4 o'clock this afternoon upstairs to go over agenda items, and that is our only committee report. Council, you have the minutes of the previous meeting before you. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, a motion to approve is in order. So moved. By Mr. Jones, seconded by Ms. Baker. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none. Do what?
Was here something.
Okay. Mr. Meeks abstains on the minutes, so they pass 4-0-1. Thank you, council. All right. Our first item of business is an off-premise retail beer and off-premise retail table and wine license transfer for Dollar General. Is there anyone from Dollar General here this evening? If you don't mind, come forward. And Mr. Meeks, if you will present this to the council. And
yes, Mr. Fairmore said we have a Class 50 retail beer on premise only and a Class 70 retail table wine off premise only at the Dollar General store located at 401 North 3 Street. Could you please state your name and just kind of tell us what you're going to be doing?
Deborah Allison Pickens. I'm the store manager for Dollar General. We were just wanting to sell that.
Okay. And we appreciate the fine effort that y'all did in remodeling the store and everything. It looks real nice. One thing I will tell you that the city of Troy and the state of Alabama frowns on selling alcohol to minors. I know y'all had a problem doing that, and we expect the same. And we do, realize that you have a church across the street and a daycare next door also. So please help us with that in any advertising or anything, keeping everything on par there. Mr. Fairmore, I'm going to turn it back over to you for a motion to either approve or disapprove this license.
all right, we have been presented. Thank you for your attendance at tonight's meeting. Is there a motion to approve the liquor license transfer?
So moved.
By Mr. Jones, seconded by Ms. Moultrie. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you. All right, the next item of business is Resolution 2019-49, which is a bid rejection for Park Street well. Mr. Chandler, you'll give us a description on why you want the council to reject the bid.
Yes, sir. This project is the last project in our state revolving loan fund, drinking water fund money. The galvanized water replacement project is still ongoing. This is the last project for that. It will involve reworking the well building and electrical and well and pump facilities at the Park Street well, which is our oldest operating well. In addition, it will build an additional building there on the Park Street property to store some of our grass cutting and lawn cutting equipment in, be able to work on them, as well as graveling the lot there at Park Street and adding a generator to that well. we sent these bids out. We only received one bid. The one bid that did come in was substantially over what we had budgeted and what CDG engineers had expected for this project. So we ask tonight that you reject this bid. We're going to refine and reduce the specifications. In addition, touch base with some other contractors who were sent the bid and did not offer one to make sure they're aware that it's going to be coming out again, so that the next time, hopefully, it will come in closer to the budget number and we're able to go ahead with this project. The amount that you see there for the bid was a little over $650,000. We had budgeted and planned a little under $500,000 for this, so it was substantially over on this one bid that was on.
All right, any questions, comments from the council to Mr. Chandler? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution, which is rejection of the bid?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by? Second. Mr. Jones? Mayor, I'm sure this comes with your approval as well?
It does.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, resolution 2019-49 rejecting the bid is approved. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
All right, council, we do not have any appointments at this evening for this meeting. I know we'll have a couple, or at least one for sure, at our next meeting. So, Mayor, we welcome your report and comments.
Well, I'd be remiss not to thank the citizens, the council, for, we're so blessed that when the tornado hit Sunday a week ago on Palm Sunday, that no one was seriously injured or hurt. And I want to thank, everybody that got out and helped. I want to thank y'all for providing the resources for us to react to situations like that. Obviously our utilities, our 311, our IT department, environmental services, y'all know how much they did not only that day, but have continued to do and pick up and all that. The police department, did an outstanding job. The fire department did an outstanding job. The recreation department opened up later in the week. We were concerned about bad weather Thursday night, Friday morning. That did not materialize, but we mobilized for that, and part of that was the recreation department opening up, and we appreciate them doing that. We had just a lot of people did a lot of things, and the colonel of the Alabama State Troopers, Charles Ward, came himself with a number of troopers to help us handle the situation that day. The city of Dothan, and I've already thanked Mayor Saliba and face to face, and called him as well, but they sent crews up here. I think Brian, didn't P River send a crew as well? So at one time during the day we had 2,500 customers off at different times, and by about a little after 10 o'clock that night, everybody that could receive power was back on, and and nobody. None of our people, got hurt. In dealing with all of this, so just very, very grateful to the community and to the employees for doing a tremendous job, and to the folks that came otherwise, and just really does your heart good to see your community, come together in a time like that, and that. We've got a lot of fine folks, and I'm mighty grateful for them. The only other thing I would say is, I know this is Alton's last meeting. We certainly wish him all the best in the future. Thank him for his service, and know he'll do well going forward. And unless y'all have questions, that's all I've got.
Questions, comments for the mayor? Hearing none, Mr. Jones, we'll let you lead us off.
Always. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Again, we just thank God for blessing us always, and we thank him for blessing us on Sunday before last. I know the mayor, and I sit here and listen to him, he was thanking everybody, and that we should be thankful. We are grateful to all our utilities, police, whatever department we got working with the city, and we thank you. We are so very grateful and thankful to you, from the ground crew all the way up to the mayor's office. But I just want to say, without good leadership, I was out and riding around, and I put emphasis on riding around, on Sunday morning, and I happened to look up, and this man walking. He's walking in District 1. That shows great leadership. And I want to say, from people of District 1, thank you, sir. We are grateful to have such a caring person as a leader in the city of Troy. Again, we thank all our city workers, from, like I said, from the ground crew all the way up to the mayor's office. I also like to thank Brother Bart Ellis from Bynes Church out at the end of the road there. He and some other brothers from the church, they did volunteer work around our town. They was putting tarps on buildings that needed this is for free, cutting down trees, moving limbs. So I think that was a good thing. We thank them for their Christian fellowship on that aspect. And I just want to say we send our condolences and prayers up for the Woods family, and passing of Brother Mickey Woods, and to the Alloway family in the passing of Melvin, his son. We ask God just to hold him in the palm of his hand and comfort him. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Meeks.
Yes, I'd also like to tell the mayor appreciate him and his staff for their leadership with the cleanup of our storm last week. Also, all the city employees that formed and did a wonderful job, and it was a very speedy cleanup. And we do appreciate that very much. We are very lucky to have them. And Malcolm, appreciate your 22+ years service to the city of Troy. I know I've been here several times and had several different people from these financial companies such as Fraser Lanier and Merchants Capital come in and say that you're the best at what you do. And we do appreciate that very much. And good luck to your new job of delivering flowers. I know that will be coming up pretty soon.
You're wrong, man.
That's so wrong. Make sure that makes them.
It probably is a lot more fun than that, right?
And also, Shannon, congratulations. If I would have been here 2 weeks ago, you'd have had my vote too. So congratulations. Okay.
Thank you. Ms. Baker?
Palm Sunday on West College Street will be a day I'll never forget, for sure. But it won't be all the damage that I'll forget, that I'll recall, I'm sure, for years and years to come. It'll be the faces of some of them I'm looking at right now. Certainly our mayor, I echo, he walks our district too, Robert. But thank you. And I think a lot of times when we talk about first responders, we are quick to assume it's the men and women that wear a badge, and certainly, with all due respect, that they are. But in this instance, it was men and women who pick up trees and climb poles and do answer the phone, do all kinds of things. And you're right, Mayor, they're still very much at work. Earlier this afternoon, I was at home and on West College Street, I watched Environmental Services fill a truck. They couldn't even get all the way down the street before they had filled up a truck. And I thought, well, they're going to go unload that one and then they'll be back. Well, it wasn't 10 minutes later, there was a different truck that was coming along behind them. So, Vaughn, thank you for you and your crews. And as the citizens continue to clean up, I know that you're coming right there along behind us. Sometimes the worst of times, I think, allows us to see the best of people. So I just, again, echo all the remarks that's already been said. Yesterday was Earth Day. I had the opportunity to be with the Rotary Club to talk about Earth Day and the recycling services that we provide. Keep Troy Beautiful can give you all of that information. I always like to remind people of that, but also we're winding down our cleanup to team up to clean up, I guess it is, Melissa, through the end of this month, maybe the first little part of next month. So if you have a group, work group, church group, just organization, I would encourage you. I want to thank the groups. I think, is this a record number of teams that we've had, Melissa? It appears to be so. I've enjoyed seeing all the pictures on Facebook of the various groups all over the community that have been cleaning up. So thank you for that. Speaking of cleaning up, District 4, this is our month. We have a week left. So I know there's been a lot of places in District 4 that have been dragging a lot of things to the curbs, a lot of debris, but this is also a great time to clean up your garage. And Troy Fest weekend is coming this weekend. It's probably my favorite weekend for us as a community, and it looks like we're gonna have perfect weather. So I would encourage everyone to come out, bring their friends and families. The square will be closing at 5 o'clock on Friday, the streets around the square, because we have got to bring in all those great artists that the committee has recruited to be with us. They've got trailers and big trucks that they're bringing in. So the businesses around the square will still be very much open. Just find alternative parking, and there is. You just might not be able to go to your favorite parking spot, but just be respectful and help the committee so that we're not having to call and tow cars Friday night. That's never fun. And then I will wrap up with also my remarks to Alton. Thank you for your years of service, and I wish you all the very best in your next season.
Ms. Moultrie?
As I open my mouth to express my appreciation and thanks to the Lord for being so good to us, and allowing the city, as all my colleagues have mentioned, to come together as always and be about one, and that one being about helping each other, no matter what it was, and having a good leader, great leader. Thank you, Mayor. You didn't walk my street though, you better get over there. Just miss. But you know, God is good to us. He is.
Amen.
Not that he ain't good to everybody else, but I'm talking about how good he is to us. Because it's rare anything happens to Troy, Alabama. When any kind of storm or any tornado or whatever comes through here, it's just a little something he may want to wake us up about. And so what we need to do is just continue to be about praising him and giving him thanks for everything he does for us in this city. Alton, you know, I've been with you a minute. We've been tag teaming for a while. You just missed me 4 years, right? Yeah. But other than that, you know, me and you know, I didn't, when you first came here, you know, me and you didn't sit. But we're all right. We're blessed. We were blessed to have you. You're an intelligent young man. You kept me out of trouble. Yeah, you know, I used to get in trouble. You kept me out of trouble. And so I thank God for you, and whatever your endeavors are, I know God is going to put you somewhere you still don't be needed, or He's going to allow you to do whatever you want to, because you deserve to. This is your time to live your life. So thank you for all you've done, and thank my colleagues for everything that y'all done for us. We got hit, but nobody got it. Nobody was in our building. And so, you know, you can rebuild anything. But none of our lives was touched. You know, I think I gave the fire department a hard time. And I want to, Chief, tell them I'm sorry. Tell them I'm sorry. But you know, I was one of them moles. I was in them, I gotta see. One thinking about safety, and that's what you all do. And so that's why I said when we all come together, it's about us looking out for each other. So tell them, I'm sorry.
I should do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
You wanna?
Oh, well, I gotta read something?
No, you don't have to read it. I just didn't know if you wanted to mention it.
Oh, yeah. Our cleanup money is right after Stephanie's. She got one more week, and then May is our cleanup month. So we won't meet before May comes in. So everyone remember, just put it out there, and twin them will get it. I mean, Vaughn, Mr. Daniels in his department will get it. Sorry.
Need to win.
Sorry, Mr. Daniels. No disrespect. But anyway. And also, I need everybody to know that we're having District 5 meeting on Thursday, 25th, here at 5:30. Let's come out and let's talk about some things, and some good things, bad things, whatever it is. Let's get it off our chest and let's see if we can make it better for the district. Anybody know, any district. And for all those people God has put in my path, as we go through this rebuilding, I'm thanking God for all of you all. You all know who it is, and I'm sure y'all don't want me to tell it, so I ain't gonna call no names, but God knows. And so thank you all. Now I'm finished.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Marcus' name.
Marcus, one of them.
That's right, yeah, well, no. Well, it's been well said from the mayor and all of my colleagues how much we appreciate our departments. I know I've already mentioned a few, but it was every department in this city that pulled together to make everything happen like it should. I know the mayor, he may have been walking around in 1 and 4 and maybe 5, but who knows. But Mayor, you lead by example,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that. He called me on several occasions. I called him on several occasions on Sunday. We had very minimal things in District 3, and we're very blessed, and I'm very thankful. We had one big tree, but Mayor called me 3 times on Sunday about how is everything going? Is everything okay over there? Because he was in the hardest hit area, and I appreciated that, him keeping in contact with us. Vaughn, can't tell you how much we appreciate the one big tree, knocked out all the power, but you know, the swift work when other areas in town were hit extremely hard. Your crews, your guys, your employees, you and Brian, you came to our aid and got our people with their power back on, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. I think we said it Thursday evening with some of our employees, but it's easy to do, and I'll speak for myself, hopefully for my colleagues, I know I do. It's easy for us to do the things we do for this city as a governing body, the 5 of us to cast a vote, when we're led by Mayor Reeves and we've got employees like we've got. I've never seen a group of people anywhere that I've ever been, never been associated with, that roll up their sleeves, go to work, they don't grumble, they don't complain, they don't moan and groan. It's the first thing that they always say is, what can I do to help? Where am I needed the most to help with any situation? And I'm looking at a lot of department heads standing up in the back out there, and every one of you lead by example. And I want you to know, as a council president and the council member for District 3, I appreciate you. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you. Y'all are the best and first class, and I'll put you up against any community in this state, in this region, in this country. And I know we'll win that battle every time. So thank y'all. Appreciate it. Alton, thank you. I know I mentioned it briefly last meeting, but thank you for your years of service. You were one of the first people after I was elected in 2012 to kind of bring me in, show me the system, kind of show me the ropes, how things worked, what worked good, what didn't. You didn't have to do that in 2012, but you did, and I appreciate it. I think it served me well in my second term, but I appreciate all of your leadership and your guidance. Thank you. And the last thing I'll say is, I know we'll have a chance to mention this again, probably twice, but we'll observe Memorial Day holiday on Monday, May the 27th. So gear up and get ready. That Monday we will be closed. So if your garbage and trash and recycling routes for that day, which is a Monday, and I probably won't screw it up this time because that is my district, most of it. It'll be on Wednesday the 29th is when everything is picked up. So thank you. Any more questions or comments? If not,
I want to see, yeah.
Alton would love for you to have a chance to.
Yeah.
I want to thank y'all. I've been a public servant for 30 years, working in the Air Force for 22 years here, and I enjoy every minute of it. I like what y'all allowed me to do, and I appreciate everything you did. I really want to thank you for your generosity and allowing that early opportunity to get out of retirement. And I want y'all to do one more thing. Y'all could declare that surplus and then take it home.
property and he can have it. So thank you again, Alvin, and I speak for everybody, thank you for all your hard work and dedication. And with that, a motion to adjourn is in order. Thank you, we are dismissed.